Welcome to the Andrea Engstrom Show. I'm passionate about helping you break through to your next level of abundance, success, and freedom so that you can create the life you desire and inspire others to do the same. I'm your host, Andrea Engstrom, and on today's show, we're going to talk about your life's purpose. So, when I was just 18 years old, I got married and decided to start a family very young. And so, about 30 minutes before my 1 year wedding anniversary, I gave birth to my first daughter. And then, about a year and a half later, I gave birth to baby number two, my second daughter. And at that time in my life, the only thing that I knew that I wanted was to be a mom and a wife. And in my opinion, motherhood is one of the greatest callings in the world. And I am so blessed to have four children today. But at that time in my life, I remember folding laundry on my couch in my living room with two babies in the house. And I would watch the Oprah Winfrey show while I folded laundry and took care of my babies. And one day on the Oprah show, she had a guest, and this was about 23 years ago almost. And she had a guest on the show whose name was Cheryl Richardson. And Cheryl Richardson was a life coach. And I had never heard of a life coach. I think it was kind of a new idea at the time. And Cheryl had a book she was talking about, and it was called Life Makeover. And she talked about knowing your life's purpose. And I was so excited by what she was sharing. And I asked myself this question: what's my life purpose? Is this it? Is this all there is? And for some people, motherhood is the greatest calling in the world. And I believe that that's absolutely true. But I sat there wondering, is this my life's purpose, or is there something else? And so I bought the book, and I circled up a few of my friends that were also young moms and young married women. And I got together in my house and I said, we're going to have a book club, and we're going to discover our life's purpose by answering the questions that life coach Cheryl, was asking in this book. And so we got together every week for a little while and discussed what we were learning in the book and some of the answers to the questions. And all of us were kind of scratching our heads together. And I thought at that time that my life's purpose would be something that would hit me in the face, that it was something that when I discovered it, it would be like a bolt of lightning to my brain. And that all of a sudden I would have this clarity and be able to go through the rest of my life doing things that were aligned with my purpose and my passion. And I remember feeling like I had no idea what that was, but I was trying my best to figure it out. And what I didn't know at that time is that exactly what I was doing then in that moment was leading to my life's purpose. And it wasn't until years and years later, after actually becoming a business coach and starting multiple businesses, that I read a book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And in that book, he shattered my belief about what your life's purpose is. And he shared some things about how your life's purpose is not just it doesn't have to be something that is a bolt of lightning to your brain. It doesn't have to be something that you discover one day and then for the rest of your life, that's all you do. And so after reading The Miracle Morning, I actually sat down and wrote my life's purpose. And it was very, very simple. And it wasn't what I was expecting it would be all along. And what I wrote is this: my purpose is to become the person I need to be to create the success, freedom, and quality of life that I truly desire, and to inspire and support others to do the same. And so today I can tell you with confidence that I'm living in my life's purpose. But it's not about, feeding hungry kids or, making big changes to world politics or something that someone else from the outside maybe would point to and say, oh, she's changing the world with this special thing that she's invented, and everything is different from now on because she's done this thing. It's really much simpler than that. I'm going to say it for you again. My purpose is to become the person I need to be to create success, freedom, and quality of life that I truly desire, and to inspire and support others to do the same. And so I always tell my students, I say, I need you to do things that make an impact on world hunger and save the animals and save the children and rescue people and change politics and whatever it is. Because my purpose is to be here doing what I'm doing and become who I need to be and create quality of life I desire and inspire and support others to do the same. See, here's the thing. When you are working on becoming who you need to be in order to do what it takes to have what you want to have, it is not just about you. Other people will see what you are doing and be inspired. And so the greatest gift that I believe that I can give to my daughters and to my children and to all of the students and the women that are in my Bold Confidence programs and my Bold Mastermind and who are following some of the things that I teach are to really focus on becoming who you need to be. And the change that is happening in them is my life's purpose. It's because I am inspiring and supporting them to be the best that they can be, and to achieve the quality of life and success and freedom that they truly desire. Because when we do the things that we really want to do, we inspire others that they can do it too. There is nothing more powerful than being able to look around the room and say, if she can do it, I can do it. And I call it the power of me too, where somebody looks at what you're doing and says, why not me? Why not me too? If my story is like her story, then I can do some of the things that she's doing as well. And it's really the reason that I got into real estate investing in the first place. And I'm a coach and a real estate investor, and I do lots of different things. But when I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with my life next, after selling my branding agency, I started listening to Bigger Pockets podcasts, and there was a story about a woman who was a single mom, and she started flipping houses, and it was one at a time, and then her business grew, and they were talking about the things that she'd been able to accomplish even as a single mom. And I was so impressed with her story, and I heard it and I said, if she can do it, I can do it. And I'm not a single mom today, but I've been one, and I know how hard it is. And I heard her story and I said, wow, if someone in that situation is capable of doing those things, then surely I can do it too. And so she's living in that purpose as well, inspiring others to do the same. And it was really about becoming who she needed to be. And that story inspired me so much that I signed up for a mentorship program to be able to do the things that she was doing, because I didn't know all the things that I needed to know. And so I joined a coaching program that allowed me to learn what I needed to learn, because I'm a big believer in coaching and getting the help that you need. And so from that's what inspired me to be able to keep going and to create the life of my dreams, is because I was watching other women do the same. And so I can tell you confidently today that my purpose is to inspire and support you in moving towards your goals. Whatever your dreams are, I want you to know that you can do it. You can make those things happen. And it starts with getting clarity of your purpose and why it matters to you in the first place. There's a great book that I read called Believe It, and it's by Kern Lima. And in that book, she talks about her big why and the reason that she started It Cosmetics. And it was not just about making makeup. It was about inspiring other women that looked all different shapes and sizes and had all different kinds of skin, that they could be beautiful too, and that they didn't have to look like everybody else in order to feel beautiful. And the why behind It Cosmetics became her driving force that helped her find her way in the dark when she got no after no after no. And eventually she went on to growing one of the most successful cosmetics companies in the world. And she sold It Cosmetics to L'Oreal for like over $1 billion. And so her story is so inspiring, but it wasn't just about makeup. And that's what I want for you, is a story in your life that is not just about your business, that is not just about that, the thing that you're doing, but it's about something bigger than you. And when you get clear on what that purpose is, and if you're not sure, that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't have to be as complicated as sometimes I think we make it out to be. Your purpose can be simply to create the life you desire and inspire other people that they can do it too. Because I promise you, there are people in your life who are watching you. If you have daughters or granddaughters or children or even just the gal up the block, she is watching you. And when you create success in your life, it inspires other people that they can do it too. And for me, that's a great purpose. And so I want to encourage you today to be honest about what you really want, and to get really clear about the why behind why you're doing what you're doing. Knowing what your purpose is will help you find your way in the dark. When you're not sure if it's worth moving forward, I want you to be able to point to that purpose and say, this is why it matters. This is why it matters. I watched a TED Talk one time called Start With Why, How Great Leaders Inspire Action. And it was by Simon Sinek. And he has a great book called Start With Why. And in this TED Talk, he talked about how great leaders don't stand up in front of an audience and say, I have a plan. They say, I have a dream. And so I want you to have such clarity of what your dream is that when you share it with other people, they want to come alongside you and help you make it happen. There's a wonderful podcast, and it came out just about a year ago, that Mel Robbins, where she shared the science behind manifesting. And it really changed my thoughts and my beliefs around what manifesting is. And one of the principles that she shared about manifesting, the very first principle was be honest about what you really want. Be honest about what you really want, and write it down. Because when we're honest about what we really want, then it allows our brain to go to work without the dissonance of saying, nah, you don't actually want that, right? It allows our brain to go to work to try to make it come true and to look for opportunities and connections that you can make in order to move that dream forward. Principle number 2, in case you're curious, is to visualize yourself doing the hard things it takes in order to get what you want. And so one of the most brilliant things that I've ever seen, my friend Patrice made a vision board, and one of her goals for the year was to get in better fitness, get in better shape. And instead of putting a picture on her board of someone who was in peak physical condition that she would like to aspire to be, she put a picture on her vision board of someone sweating it out at the gym. Like ugly, sweating, lifting weights, doing the hard thing. And so instead of picturing herself just as the future super fit version of herself that she wanted to be, she visualized herself doing the hard work that it takes in order to make that happen. And this comes from the principles of visualization that Mel Robbins said she learned from the Olympic ski team, because they would visualize themselves going over the jumps and the curves and doing the hard things and getting through it successfully. And so when you visualize yourself doing the hard things to move towards that thing that you really want, when you come up to the hard things that will come, when you're on the road to your dreams, your brain will say, oh, we knew this would happen. This is familiar. I've pictured myself moving past this hard thing. And so you will know how to navigate through it or around it or over it or under it or whatever it takes. You won't get stuck and stop like most people do. So picture yourself doing the hard things. And then the other principle around manifesting and getting what you really want is then you go and take action. You do it. You do the hard things. You show up and you put in the work. And so picture yourself tying on your tennis shoes, even when it's snowing or raining outside, even when the weather's not good, and hitting the pavement if you have a goal to run that marathon. Picture yourself picking up the phone again after a rejection call. After you've made 97 phone calls and everyone says no, picture yourself making the 98th phone call. That might be a yes. Push forward even when things are hard. And when you have a driving purpose behind you, pushing you forward, helping you find your way in the dark, and you visualize yourself doing the hard things to move towards your goal, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. I believe in you and I believe in your ability to do hard things. And guess what? When we do these things together, it gets easier. And this is why, for me, it's so important to be a part of a group of other people who are also doing hard things and have common goals that are moving in a similar direction that I am. And so that's why I have mastermind groups. That's why I have coaching programs. That's why I have assembled groups of people that are getting together to learn and to talk about what's important to us and to move towards our goals together. Because when things get hard, picturing yourself doing the hard things anyway is really helpful. Having someone to link arms with when you're going in that direction is priceless. I want to invite you to a special event that I'm hosting coming up soon. It's December 8th, and I am going to be hosting an event called Bold Goals 2024. We are going to spend a day getting together to talk about what's important, to get clarity around your purpose and your one thing. What's the one thing that you could do such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? And if you want to approach the coming year with that level of clarity, I want to invite you to join us. You can register for my event at AndreaEngstrom.com and just click Bold Goals 2024 and reserve your spot. Seats are limited, so be sure to do that soon. And if you want to learn more about how to grow your business using referrals as a strategy, I want to invite you to register for a free workshop with me. It's called The Secrets to Double Your Income: Clarity, Confidence, and Unlimited Referrals. Let me say it again. 3 secrets to double your income: clarity, confidence, and unlimited referrals, where I'm going to share some of my best strategies for creating connection in your life with people who can help you move towards your goals. But it all starts with clarity and confidence and knowing what you really want and the purpose behind why you're doing what you're doing. I'd love to support you on your journey towards whatever success you're trying to accomplish. I would love to help you get clarity around those things. So, and if you would like to link arms with other women, I want to invite you to join my Facebook group, Bold Women in Business Sisterhood. We support each other in moving towards our goals, and I invite you to all kinds of training and events and share strategies to help you grow your business. So go to AndreaEngstrom.com and register for Bold Goals 2024. And if you're listening past December 8th, I want to encourage you to register for one of my upcoming free trainings. I'm here to support you and to encourage you along your path. And I am so honored to be living in my purpose every day and inspiring you to do the same.